For centuries, the lion has been celebrated as the king of beasts, a symbol of strength, courage, and dominance in the animal kingdom. But the truth is, this regal title is far from the whole story. While lions may hold a commanding presence in the savannah, their reign is not as unchallenged as many believe. In fact, a lioness has managed to dethrone the lion, carving out her own legacy of wild and untamed courage. Her name is Maba, and her story is one of fierce independence, raw power, and an untold chapter in the natural world's history. The fallacy of the lion's title. To understand why the lion's supremacy is questionable, we must first look beyond the surface. The lion's image as the king of beasts stems from their impressive manes, their deep roars that echo across the plains, and their often bold and terrifying presence. However, it is the lionesses who do much of the hard work in the wild. Lions, while powerful and majestic, are often seen as passive figures in the social structure of their prides. They rely on the lionesses for hunting, for protection, and even for the care of their young. Most lion prides are matriarchal in structure, and the lionesses are the ones who keep the pride functioning. The true strength of the pride lies not in the lion, but in the lioness. Maba, however, represents something entirely different. She is not a typical lioness, she is a symbol of resilience, independence, and a leader in her own right. Maba, the lioness who changed everything. Maba's story begins in the vast savannas, where the harsh conditions test the limits of survival every day. Born into a pride where the lion had always been considered the undisputed ruler, Maba quickly made her presence known. Unlike the other lionesses, who typically played a supporting role in the pride, Maba had a natural-born leadership quality that set her apart. She was not only a skilled hunter, but also a cunning strategist and a fearless protector of her kin. In the wild, survival depends on a delicate balance. A pride's strength lies in cooperation, and a good leader knows how to direct that cooperation. Maba demonstrated this from a young age. While the lions were off guarding territory or protecting their pride's reputation, Maba led her fellow lionesses in coordinated hunts that were efficient and deadly. But it was not just her hunting skills that made Maba exceptional, it was her ability to inspire loyalty and trust among the pride. Challenging the lion, the turning point. The tipping point came when a new male lion entered Maba's territory. This lion was young, strong, and brimming with confidence. He had heard tales of the lioness who was known for her intellect and strength, but he underestimated her power. When he challenged the lioness, he expected a quick victory. After all, he was the lion, and she was just a female. What followed would change the course of history. The battle between Maba and the lion was not one of raw strength, but of strategy. Maba, using her intelligence and experience, outsmarted the male at every turn. The lion was stronger, but Maba was smarter. She knew the terrain better, and she knew how to fight in ways that made the most of her agility and speed. With each move, the male lion's confidence started to wane. What began as a typical territorial dispute soon turned into a test of endurance, wit, and leadership. After hours of fierce combat, the young lion was forced to retreat, humiliated and exhausted. Maba had dethroned him, not through brute force, but through cunning and perseverance. In the aftermath of the battle, Maba's leadership in the pride was solidified. The other lionesses, who had always known her worth, now saw her in a new light. Maba had proven that the true leader of the pride was not the lion, but the lioness. The aftermath, the new era of the lioness. Maba's victory marked the beginning of a new era for her pride. The young male lion, though powerful, had learned the hard way that strength alone was not enough to lead. From that point on, Maba became the undisputed ruler of her pride, leading with wisdom, compassion, and a deep understanding of the land. Under her leadership, the pride thrived. The lionesses worked together more efficiently than ever before, and the pride's territory expanded. With Maba at the helm, hunting became more organized, and their safety was ensured through strategic defense and offensive tactics. The lion, once a symbol of dominance, was now relegated to a secondary role, offering protection and sometimes participating in hunts, but always under the leadership of Maba. In the savannah, the story of Maba spread far and wide. She was no longer just another lioness, she became a symbol of the power of intelligence, leadership, and unity. Her reign wasn't defined by fear or force, but by respect and strategy. Lessons from Maba's story. Maba's story carries profound lessons for us all. It challenges the traditional notions of power, dominance, and leadership. The lion has long been revered as a symbol of strength and authority, but Maba's actions remind us that true leadership is not about who is the strongest or most intimidating. True leaders are those who inspire others, who act with wisdom, and who prioritize the well-being of the collective over individual glory. In a world where many still believe that power comes solely from physical strength, Maba stands as a testament to the power of intelligence, collaboration, and resilience. Her story teaches us that leadership can be embodied by anyone, regardless of gender, size, or appearance. Maba redefined what it meant to be a leader in the animal kingdom, and, in doing so, she redefined what it means to be a true king of the wild. The power of female leadership in the animal kingdom. While Maba's story is extraordinary, it also highlights an important truth about the natural world. Female animals often hold far more power and influence than we may realize. Across many species, from elephants to wolves, female leaders are the backbone of their groups. In lion prides, the lionesses are the ones who organize hunts, care for the young, and maintain the unity of the pride. Yet, the lion has often been given the title of king, simply because of its appearance and traditional narrative. In many ways, Maba's rise to power is a reflection of the unrecognized strength and leadership that exists within female animals, who often go unacknowledged because of societal bias or preconceived notions. Her story calls for a reassessment of how we view power in the animal kingdom and in the human world as well. Conclusion. A legacy that will last. Maba's reign marks a turning point in the history of lion prides. Her story is one of defying expectations, overcoming challenges, and leading with grace and intelligence. Though the lion has long been considered the king of beasts, it is clear that the true ruler of the wild may just be the lioness. Maba's courage, resilience, and leadership will forever remain a powerful reminder that strength comes in many forms and that the greatest leaders are often those who work in harmony with others, not those who demand respect through fear. In the grand tapestry of nature, the story of Maba will continue to inspire generations to come, proving once again that the true kings and queens of the wild are not defined by their physical might, but by their ability to lead with wisdom, strength, and heart.